Get promoted. Hank, Hank. Get promoted. Londo. Get promoted. Brown. Get promoted. Get promoted. Hank, Hank. Get promoted. Perks and codeine. You get promoted. She twerking and struggle. You get promoted. She know how to dance. And she get promoted. She got her OnlyFans and don't even promote it. You get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. You get promoted. You get a poster. I want you to purchase. Put your signature on it. You need some pressure, but I'm having motion. Let me put my promotion on it. Turn around and see you poking. I'm trying to see how I'm posted. She see me thumbing through these checks. Show me the thumbing while I'm stroking. She know I got good connects. I know that she got good sex. She know I don't pay for that. I put it up, I place a bet. We're respected in these streets. I'm street exact. Pussy texture correct. Don't crash my bitch. Ain't never had a wreck. You can call her for baby. How about that? Perks and codeine. You get promoted. She twerking and struggle. You get promoted. She know how to dance. And she get promoted. She got her OnlyFans and don't even promote it. You get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted.
Schaefer, that's a hit.
For real. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip of my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk. Show it if you wanna learn some. Sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hickory dickory dot. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's a new day, it's time to turn it up a notch. Turn it up. Hickory dickory dot. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's a new day, it's time to turn this bitch up a notch. I was created to be what they can't be. These hoes so worrisome like some gum at the bottom of my feet. Bitch, get the fuck up off of me. Dragging these hoes through the dirt in the concrete. Anything it takes to get a bum bitch up off of me. I told her hating hoe on the TV screen. It's the only way she gon' see me. It's 2024 and it's a new wave. I got 365 days just to get paid. It's time to cut these hating hoes off. Like a fresh fade, get to a bag. I can do this shit like Ari, read it. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip of my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk. Show it if you wanna learn some. Sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. If I'm blessed from the tip of my head to my toes. This here's the real raw. Let's talk. Show it if you wanna learn.
What's up, world? It is 7 o'clock this Thursday, so y'all know what time it is. It's time for Real Raw Let's Talk. For y'all that's just tuning in, it's your girl, your neighbor. Let me borrow some sugar. It's your friend. It's your relative. It's your neighbor. It's T Pretty Smile in the building. Now, y'all, today we got a special list of guests now. But before I bring any guests on, I want to welcome all my new viewers today. I definitely want to tell y'all a little bit about what's Real Raw Let's Talk. Real Raw Let's Talk is a podcast where we have unfiltered conversations where we talk a bit about everything. All the conversations that you hear people not talking about, or those conversations that you're scared to talk about, we definitely bring them to the forefront. We have a good time. We have a no judgment zone. So I hope you have stayed for the show today, and we're gonna get it cracking. Now, before we get to our guest, I do want to tell y'all a little bit about a few announcements. Now, one thing for sure, y'all head over to Cockywear. They're all about loving yourself. I love the brand. They also have bags, bonnets, clothing. Y'all definitely check them out. DM me, and I will give you a 10% discount code. So check them out. Also, shout out to the Green Jar. You can definitely check me there this weekend for a puff and paint, to explore into that business, to see what their business is like, for the low budget. Because some people have, just see what's going on in the DF Dub. So, and I also want to give a shout out to my girl Miss Set It Off, who is the theme song. She's the artist of the theme song for Red Raw Let's Talk, and it definitely pulls you in. So I want to thank you, girl, for the shout out for the music. Now, I definitely want to go ahead and get into the guests that we have today. One guest in particular I want to bring on for the moment is Terrell Montez. Terrell is a business consultant and a visionary, honey. He's also a part of my team, our team, which is the Cut Up Crew. Terrell, come on in, baby. I can hear you and I can see you. What's going on?
Well, first off, I want to say congratulations on the show. I've been seeing the big things that you've been doing on the show. That consistency, that's one thing that I want to salute you on. I want to give it back to you for how consistent
Thanks,
you have been.
boo.
I'm super excited for the growth that you have shown. I'm super excited for the growth that's getting ready to come your way. I speak over you that blessings are going to come your way. You're going to meet people that are going to take you to the next
Amen.
level. You're going to meet people that are going to help you open doors. And you're going to continue to connect and grow and just continue to shine like you are a shine queen. So I want to give it back to you. And thank you for inviting me on this show. But
Of course. Of course. Like Terrell, we've been Ace One Coon since we met. Like we met and it's been a magnet ever since. So, like I said, we are in this crew, the Cut Up Crew. At the same time, I want to also bring on my girl B, who is also part of the Cut Up Crew. Big Bird, come on in the room, baby girl. What's up, girl?
Oh my gosh. Hey.
What's up? I'm loving the aesthetics in the background, looking like you take appointments. I'm loving it.
This is my little therapy couch. I do everything on here. It's like where my little sanctuary. I love being on here because it relaxes me. I love having a big little couch. Now, when I get home, I just pop myself on here. That's exactly what I'm doing. On my couch, talking with my friends. So, hey.
I'm loving it. Now, for y'all that's just tuning in, Big Bird is a photographer, content creator for businesses. She's also a photographer within our team. And so these are just the two people that we have on our team, but we also will have Fred from JFL that'll be joining us later. We do have a fellow member who is at work, Evan. Shout out to Evan. Everybody's give Evan a wave. Give Evan a wave. Evan is also part of our team, which is the Cut Up Crew, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it tonight. But Fred and JFL, they will be in the building shortly. So, y'all know I don't tell nobody about what's the topic going to be before we get on the show. That's just my thing. I like real reactions, raw talk, and unfilteredness. So tonight I want to bring y'all on, and the topic I want to talk about tonight is friends and business. I think that's something that a lot of people want to do,
to do
like be in
in
business with their
business with their
friends,
friends.
but I don't think they really know what all it takes and what all it entails in being friends in business. And we've been in business with each other about 2 years now. And we've had our ups, we've had our downs. And I think that with us being a team, we can offer a lot of advice. We're also still learning as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to dive in with that convo tonight. Y'all feeling it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you talk about friends and business, it could be like a little scary for a lot of people. Um, like you can hear like friendships have ended and everything. This is definitely a good topic to have for sure.
For sure. I know when I met Terrell, I met Terrell at we were at an event, at a Felicia's event.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually bumped each other on accident. I was coming one way, he was coming another, and we actually were crossing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like so vibrant. Hey girl, what you doing? What you do? And I was like, and he was the only person in the room I was not scared to talk to. I was so scared to talk to anybody at the event, but Terrell just had this umph about him, and it just made me feel so wholesome at home. And we ever since then we just been clickety clickety.
Mhm.
And that's crazy because you remember you, and well, I met y'all the same day. I want to say this might have been December 9th, and we was at the what is the name of that thing at down at the Texas baseball stadium down in
Texas
Arlington.
Live.
We was down at Texas Live at that event, and it was a networking event. And what attracted me to it was a professional headshot. But and then from there, it's just been it. Fred did my headshot, got to know him, met you there at the same time. So, and then from there, it's just been up. But one, I do want to break it down, like you said, friends and business. So let's break that down a little bit. So, friends, what is that? Friends, a person whom one knows, with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. So, I do want to talk about that. Like, just because you meet somebody or whatever and y'all can do business together, don't make y'all friends. Like building that bond and things like that. Like, it took us a little time to like build up bonds. We were talking, we were going out together and things like that. We were actively working on. Get your paw out my camera. We were actively, going over here and say hi. Chance want to say
But
hi.
kids always want to
Hey,
be in somebody's
Chance.
business.
Chance want to say hi. All right, boys, come back. But we've been building our bond for like since that moment. Like we locked in with one another. The vibe was there, and it was just like no brainer. And for me, it was the what built our bond and made it stronger was the iron sharpening iron moment. Like we will always bounce ideas off of each other. We will always push each other. Like when we met, then we just took off running, like started going to this event, started doing that event. Then
Right.
people start asking us, hey y'all, yo, do y'all red carpet? Let's go here to this event. Then we start, then before you know it, we knew this person, we knew that person, and then boom, the cut up crew was created, and then business. So after we built our bond together and started doing each other, we learned each other's work habits. We learned each other's mindset. We learned how we could help each other. We saw, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I can help you here in that area. I can help you here in that area. We started pouring into each other. So not only did we sharpen each other, we poured into one another. And then business came afterwards. We didn't just immediately jump into business bed together. We got to dating around, got to know each other a little bit. So that's one thing that I really do appreciate about ours, particularly. I don't want to say it's going to be the same. Get your nose up out of here. I don't want to say it's going to be the same for everybody, but for us,
Mhm.
we got to know each other. Work ethics. We got to know each other's drives. Then, after we learned each other, we started pushing one another. And
Yeah.
then, after we were done doing those things and we saw how each other, and then we decided to get in business bed together. And then we had our content creation.
Which was bomb,
I
by the
think with
way.
me, it was like a little bit different when I met you guys. I met y'all like everybody. I met everybody through Fred because um, I think remember Terrell and I remember where we met. I think it was at a Felicia's event. Um, so it was kind of like already like a work situation. Um, so from there we kind of just continue. I don't know. We just kind of continue to work from there. Um, so I think with Fred, like for me, he we instantly just started like working because someone just told us about. Oh, did I lose y'all?
Yeah, I know where you at, B.
My bad. I think I was getting like a signal or something like that about my
You're good. I
Okay.
think you're good now, yeah.
Yeah, because like someone told me about Fred, and then we like I don't know, just from talking, we just felt like okay, we kind of like have the same mindset. Like we have like okay that drive for creating. So like, but Fred is more business minded than I am. Me, I just want to take pictures. half the time. So like I just want to take pictures, but of course you need to get paid for it. I got bills. So like with Fred, he just like how you said, Terrell, like just kind of like he helped sharpen me, and then afterwards he started introducing me to you guys. Because I think he like I don't know. I guess in a sense it was just trying to vet to see like what was going on there, like or whatever. Because you guys had already established something, and then um, shortly after I met Taya, and then afterwards, we had like a phone call with the JFL crew as well, and that's where I met Justin, Leon, and Evan as well. So through that call, and so we just all been rocking ever since. So honestly, it's been a good ride, honestly, because I feel like I learned a lot from y'all, and then the fact that we're all very honest with each other about like one shortcomings, but then we're not just like, oh well, beating each other over the head, but also like, come on now, sis, you got this. Like we gotta level it up. So that's what I like about being part of the Cutter crew for sure.
I agree. Like I love that we can be honest with each other. Like not that's one thing I would say working with friends, that's a hard thing to do because even though you friends, when you put the business aspect of it, your feelings get into it. And I had to learn that. Fred had to teach me. And now Fred is in the mindset of okay, like Taya, we talking and we're gonna skip the line and we're not in friendship mode. Now we're in business mode. Because I
Yes.
had because I'll be like, who you talking to, Fred? Like that ain't what I'm gonna do. Like, and he'll be like, but this ain't friendship, Fred. This is business, Fred.
Mm.
And that's just, but that works for me though. Like he don't have to approach y'all like that. And I think that's so beautiful. Like you said, we had to learn each other, Terrell. Like we had to learn. Okay, I can approach Terrell this way, but that may not be the way that I can approach B. That may not be the way that I can approach Taya, or you know what I mean. Like so,
Mhm.
for in friendship and business, you do have to learn each other beyond just the friendship. You have to learn the business side of them as well.
Big
Mhm.
fact.
'Cause
I think the fact that we all have respect for each other as well, um, that's a
Yeah,
big factor. Because if we wasn't respecting each other, I don't think this would have been where we are right now.
very much. Yeah, I agree.
I want to say to anybody that is watching this, that is on the line of entrepreneurship and thinking about it, and you just don't know where to start. I want to encourage you to one, find you some business minded people. I don't want to
Mm,
see you go out
Yeah.
and find business friends because sometimes it may take a little while for that. But if you don't have anyone in your circle right now that's heading in the direction where you want to go, I don't want to say leave their circle alone. I want to say, okay, invest less time with
Yeah.
your circle and invest more time with people that are going to places where you're going because yeah, when I tell you when I met you group of people, I wasn't expecting us to evolve into a family. Because that's what we are now.
hmm
You can fight me if y'all want to say somebody don't call me ever. Okay, I'll show up at y'all. Oh, we family. We in bed together. We in business together. But
Don't you tell nobody we in bed with each other.
I want to encourage y'all. The
Those
reason
rumors.
how did I find y'all? By going somewhere by myself. Because the people that I was hanging around with in Dallas, they want the Taco Tuesday, wind down Wednesday, Thursday, shake your ass Saturday, and things like
Don't
that. It
forget about brunch
was
on Sunday, Sunday Funday.
Sunday brunch. They was helping me spend money, but not
Yes,
helping
instead
me
of making
invest money.
money.
They didn't.
Real
They didn't
shit.
have the tools. Nothing wrong with them people. Still love them, but they didn't have the tools
Yes.
necessary to invest into me, to pour into me, to
hmm
get to a different place, to push my needle forward. I'm just sitting there. Okay, yeah, I'll settle for Taco Tuesday just to be around somebody. But
Yeah.
now I chose to, okay, let me make this decision. Let me go down here and get this professional headshot because something got to change. I got to set myself up apart from the people that I'm hanging around with. Decided to go get a professional headshot. I was nervous about going to this event where potential business people in the room making 6 and 7 figures a year and things like that. Here I am just starting
Yeah.
a small business. Just got a small little idea. But I just
Yeah.
I just
Yep.
okay, and I was about to walk out the door because at first I didn't know where I was going. So I kept calling, hey, where I'm supposed to go? Hey, where I'm supposed to go? I don't see no signs or anything like that. But I'm so glad that I stuck and stayed and decided. I said, you know what? I'm down here. Ain't no sense of me driving down here and leaving back in 2 minutes just because you can't find it. Do keep trying, ask around. I'm asking strange people that's watching big screen TV, the basketball games. They got beer in their hands. I'm like, it don't look like no networking event here. The enemy is trying to get me to leave. The enemy would rather for me to stay with the people that I was getting high with, going out and drinking with on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. They wanted me to just go out to kickbacks where everybody's smoking. The only thing we got in common is, oh, okay, where we finna get the next sack from?
Wow.
No,
Mm-hmm.
but first thing, your desire to want to be around new people has to outpower your desire to be around people that's familiar. Because familiar
So true.
are going to continue to help you manifest familiar situations. But
Yep.
I couldn't have never manifested the content creation hanging around with those same people that I was hanging around.
It
I
wouldn't
could,
have happened.
but when I linked up with the right type of people, then certain things just started to happen and things like that.
Yep.
So I just want to encourage you. It's okay to be lonely when you get started. You can be alone when you get started, but now look at this now. I got 4 or 5 people to hold my hand through this journey that I can talk to, and I appreciate y'all so much.
Okay, I wanna come back and ask on what you said, but before we do, y'all, I wanna bring in Fred because it ain't even a cut up crew until we get Fred JFL in the building on the line, and I definitely gotta bring him in. Fred, come on in the building. You know you part of this cut up gang.
On in the room.
Okay,
What's up,
come
y'all? What's up?
on in the room. Come
My
on,
bad, I'm
y'all.
late.
Welcome
My bad.
JFL Fred in the building.
Chance
What
to
it do? Terrell was talking. I love what he was just talking about.
Of course you did.
piggyback.
Of course
Yo.
you did. Nah, y'all. First of all, let me go and give Fred his introduction. Y'all, this is Fred JFL. Of course, y'all seen all my stuff tagged. Most of my things, if it ain't B, I'm surely tagging Fred. Fred is not only my videographer, photographer. He's my manager, as I say, but he just doesn't know it or claim it yet. Um, but he is also the head of JFL Productions. But Fred, you do much more. Like, go ahead and tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah, my name is Fred. I'm 1/3 of JFL Productions. I
Nice.
operate our Texas branch. Um, I don't like to really talk about myself, so I just say thank you, Ty, for the opportunity. But yeah, I do photography, videography, and dronography along with Berlinda as well. We work together on numerous projects. She also has helped me with my photography. So, um, yeah, uh, that's me.
Okay, so Fred, I was telling Terrell and B that tonight our conversation is about friendship and business, and I feel like us being the Cut Up crew, minus Evan, like we're able to talk about that tonight. Because for one, we have a lot of experience in that, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays are wanting to get into business with their friends, or have a Cut Up crew of their own, and so I feel like we have a lot of valid knowledge. We have a lot of proof in the pudding. A
Right.
lot of knowledge is to spread. And so not only that, we're still learning, but we do have some things that we can offer to on the topic. So I definitely want to throw that in there. So that's what we're talking about tonight, Fred.
I
Mhm.
love it. Let's talk about it.
But to back up to what Terrell was saying, Terrell, I totally agree. And I don't think that you have to necessarily stop hanging with them people. But like you said, cut down on the time. You also have to learn your value in the circle that you're in.
Wow.
Mm,
I had to learn that the people I was hanging with wasn't not necessarily saying they wasn't for me, but it wasn't where I needed to be. If I'm gonna go where I want to go.
mhm.
Fred can contest this. The T Pretty smile y'all see today is not who I was even 2 years ago. I
She
Okay.
was a
was
little ratchet.
I was very ratchet. I was fighting at work, so I was one of them. Yeah, it was a whole debacle. I
Ew.
was don't let the smile fool you.
Testimony.
Okay, testimony Thursday, like for real.
Yo, come down to the altar.
Look, that remind me of that lady. Y'all remember that? I had no sex.
I was fighting that one. Yes, that
That's me. That's me.
lady.
No, for real. That was me. And like Freddie tell you,
Yo,
he
we
didn't
gonna
even
be.
want to work with me. He was like, he
Oh
didn't even
my
take
god.
me serious like that. But you know, Fred saw something in me still. And he was like, he told me, like I told him what I was doing. He told me, like, yo, I do want to work with you. And I could tell he was gonna work with me at a distance. Like it wasn't like how we so bonded now.
Mhm.
Like I would never think me and Fred would be as close or bonded as we are from where we started. And like Fred saw something and he began to pour in me and pour more. And when I take myself serious, Fred began to pour more and more and more into me. And those people that I was hanging with became more distant and more distant because I started to realize the value within myself and where I had the potential to be and where I wanted to go. And I saw that I had to distance myself. So it's not necessarily you got to stop hanging with them, but you do have to realize the value of the circles that you hang with.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to upgrade. You just have to upgrade. Like, everybody gets the new iPhone. Everybody has not had the same iPhone that they had when they first became an iPhone user. But yet we won't upgrade in life. Like, it's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Come on,
upgrade your
Reverend
phone every
JFL.
2-3 years, but you won't upgrade your life. Come on now, that make no sense.
Yeah.
Nah,
And
that's true.
honestly, when I started, so like my whole thing is like you're in a different group too. Sometimes like you go back to have a conversation with the other group, the conversations no longer like appeal to you. Like things that I used to be able to like contribute to and all this other stuff. Now I'm like, I barely have the bandwidth for it. And it's not to say
Facts.
that like, that against like whoever, because like that's what we was talking about before. But like those type of things that used to be interesting to me, like or places that I used to go to. I mean, I still like doing some of those things, but like I had to learn to like now I got to pour into myself. I got to like, learn to take different conversations, learn to hear other people talk about different topics and stuff like that. So when I do that, now I'm like thirsty to hear more. Like when we having conversations, like especially like when I'm talking with Fred and we're going down into like the nitty gritty of like, our businesses and what we want to do, and we're breaking down. Fred and I will talk for hours, just thinking, like brainstorming and talking about like, what we want for our futures and stuff like that. I'm like, that is more fulfilling to me. I feel more like I'm eating, like whatever. But then when I'm having other conversations, I feel so drained afterwards. Like it's like eating fast food. That will never be nutritious to you. But then you're having like other conversations where it's now helping, like it's literally feeding your mind. It's feeding your
Mm-hmm.
mind. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
like
agree with that, B. I agree with that. Let's take, you know what? Let's take some time to pay some bills, and we're gonna come back and clap back on what B just said because that's a real deep, but dope, deep point that I want to come back to. So we're
mhm.
gonna catch y'all in a minute. Y'all catch us back in about 5 minutes.
stay
Get promoted. Hang, hang. Get promoted. Window. Round. Round. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Perks and codeine. You get promoted. She twerking and struggling. You get promoted. She know how to dance. And she get promoted. She got her only fans. And don't even promote it. You get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. You get promoted. You get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. Get promoted. You get promoted. You get a poster. I want you to purchase. Put your signature on it. You need some pressure, but I'm having motion. Let me put my promotion on it. Turn around and see you poking. I'm trying to see how I'm posted. She see me thumbing through these checks. Show me the thumbing while I'm stroking. She know I got good connects. I know that she got good sex. She know I don't pay for that. I put it up, I place a bet. We're respected in these streets. I street exact. Put pussy tester, cook correct. Don't crash my bitch, ain't never had a wreck. You can call her fuck, baby, how about that? Perks and codeine, you get promoted. She twerking on struggle, you get promoted. She know how to dance, and she get promoted. She got her OnlyFans, and don't even promote it. You get promoted, you get promoted, you get promoted, get promoted, get promoted. You get promoted, you get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, you get promoted.
Window Bristol, but now baby, known off in the streets real deep. Hot like another ice spice, baby, done bring the streets to me. Shout it, she a real gangster freak. Set it off like Frankie. I promote your whole career, gon' grow and she gon' thank me.
I like me a fancy bitch, but ratchet bitch. A fashionistic bitch, she bringing madness. All that little bitch want is tags of mentions and post pic in my Benz's. Follow me, you win instantly. I just want my percentage, bitch. Perks and codeine, you get promoted. She twerking on struggle, you get promoted. She know how to dance, and she get promoted. She got her OnlyFans, and don't even promote it. You get promoted, you get promoted, you get promoted, get promoted, get promoted. You get promoted, you get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, get promoted, you get promoted.
Mira Acuitina.
Man, say, you down with ABG? Feel my soul free. 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 Say, Biggie on my line, she say, what's your location? I'm in Natchitoches, put the plan in rotation. This is Rock Nation, I ain't talking Jay-Z. Rocky got that flow that make these bitches go brazy. Rocky got these bad bitches all up in his DM. Rocky got these pussy niggas out here trying to be him. Rocky got your baby mama out here trying to see him. Rocky got your faithful wife out here trying to meet him. Man, say, you should know just how that game goes. ABG to my soul free, we the bang bros. Don't get mad cause your bitch chose me. True player for real, that's my nigga should be. I was fucking my little Oya from the back and got a FaceTime from my nigga Booby. I was beating it like a baseline. Left hand iPhone, right hand waistline. She looked back at it and she told Booby, hey slime. He said, say 5, who that is? Man, she ain't mine. She my op bitch, I don't see her in the daytime. I'ma hit you back later on the FaceTime. Finishing this great time, yeah. You know I'm for the streets, call me rock and roll. Southside, Fairview, Mount Holly Road. Rich Cougar, she stay up in Bergadition. She used to pay a nigga every time I hit it. I used to bring her woods fish every time I clock out. She old enough to be my mama, I ain't trying to pop out. She used to pull them teeth out when I pull my cock out. I gotta stop cause she married, I ain't getting chalked out. Long live Kokakazi, yeah, he preferring everybody. Yeah, he had guns like a Saudi. Yeah, bitch, I'm ABG Rocky. I had the whole city singing his name is Young Ray. Young Ray, my nigga. And I ain't afraid to catch a case, my nigga. Better stay up in your place, my nigga. Be a me in this motherfucker right here. Be a me in this motherfucker. ABG in this motherfucker right here. ABG in this motherfucker, baby.
I know she good to me, but she bad for me. She make it hard to trust her, but she say she love me. She know just how to make me smile, but know just how to hurt me. I try to leave her alone, cause sometimes I don't think it's worth it. I shouldn't feel like this, but love can make you so uncertain. I try to hide the pain, but you should see behind these curtains. I walk away, but then I run right back when I get lonely. She's like the plug and she's the drug, and I'm just her little junkie. Hey. I'm like the Pookie to her bag of rocks. A rat tail comb through each and all of her interlocks. I'm so honorable mentions ain't got shit on her. She first and last. She been teaching me since I meet and greet. I love her class. Hell, I think it's mad. Her lectures loosely laces the lining inside my mind. By the time that I realize that I'm blinded, I'm intertwined like the web of a spider or a web of deception. I draw a blank with words at the loss of facial expressions. Is it lust? You can't be talking about love when you speak about us. She and me have shared the same air, but we have never touched. Can a man have a moment in time? Cause sometimes a woman's just that goddamn fine. I have yet to place my hands on the places that I've been planning. I'm respecting the opportunities I do or don't get granted. She's the drug that I have never taken. But I swear I'll die if I don't try her. Die if I don't. I know she good to me, but she bad for me. She make it hard to trust her, but she say she love me. She know just how to make me smile, but know just how to hurt me. I try to leave her alone, cause sometimes
What's going on, my real raw talkers? Thank you for joining us back again. So we've been talking about friendship and business tonight with the Cut Up Crew. We got Terrell, Big Bird, and Fred of JFL in the building for the night. And so before we left off, we was talking about the different circles that we attract, the different circles of being in friendship versus being in business, and the different type of conversations you were talking about that being attracted to. And Fred, you wanted to continue that and talk about something. What was it? Wow, he may be having technical difficulties at the
Ray want to
moment.
talk about it no more.
But
Right, now he don't want to talk about it.
until he gets
He
that
must really
ready,
want to say something.
until he gets
Terrell, did
that
you want to
ready,
comment
I
on
go
that?
ahead and go. But I do want to say, like, conversations. You got to watch the conversations that are being had around you because you're always becoming something. A
Mm-hmm.
conversation is allowing you to become further from the person who you dream that you should be, or it's
Yep.
bringing you closer. And like it's literally just there. Like studies show that if you speak kind to a flower, it grows better and grows bigger and things like that. Versus if you yell at that flower, it does not, it doesn't grow as well. It's not as vibrant. It doesn't thrive as well. So no matter where you are placed, think of yourself like a flower. Like you're either your roots are either on rocks where it's like it's hard for you to continue to grow, things like that, or you in some fertile soil where you're just thriving. And conversations are doing that to you regardless. You can't help it regardless. It's going to happen. It's an automatic thing. Conversations are either taking you to where you need to be or it's keeping you stagnant, which is staying the same, not evolving, still broke, still with people that are always broke, still with people that are constantly bringing you down, still with people that are constantly just showing you less of who you truly are when you're worth so much more. I appreciate being around people that help me see who I can become. Like this right here, speaking is one of my favorite things to do. That's one of my more powerful things. You're pulling this out of me. This is a conversation that is necessary because I know I'm a perfect speaker. Y'all help me. My belief increases 10% every time I'm having a conversation about growth, about becoming more of who I really am.
Next time you pop off at me, I'm gonna look at you and I'm be like I'm a flower, so you can come at me correctly. Cause you giving this delicate conversation, but you know you quick to pop
Oh my
off, and I'm
gosh.
gonna say I'm a
Yes.
flower. Do me as such.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. But yeah, we watching those conversations. Not only the conversations you have with people, but the conversation you have with yourself. That's most important.
You
I
know
Yes.
don't care what X, Y, and Z is saying, but what you say about yourself, that's the only thing that matters. I am. I am. Not, oh, I'm tired. No, no, no. Say, oh, I need a moment to rest up so I can recharge versus claiming I'm tired. The
Yeah.
conversation with self, that self talk is way, way more powerful and more important than the conversations we have with people. Yes, that does play a part on it too, but you have to know what you say about you has to be bigger than what other people say about you. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
your belief. Now, your belief in me is helping me have an internal conversation with myself that's helping me grow.
Yeah. And that's one thing I value about us, like that we pour so deeply into each other, and that's one thing that y'all like really helped me like learn the value into myself. Like
Hmm.
you said, speaking, I would never forget. Like I don't know where we was or something, or we were talking. Matter of fact, just talking about earlier before we got on, I was telling y'all that like I'm no longer a survivor of cancer. I'm surviving cancer because I just was just told that my cancer cells are now going back up. So either something's gonna happen soon, surgery, chemo, don't know, but everyone keep me in your prayers. But I was telling y'all that, and the first thing, like y'all was like, okay, so what we finna change? We're finna change how we eat. We're finna do this. Like Terrell, you was like, okay, let's get on here and let's look this up. Like it was straight positive, and so it wasn't never like even when I was down on myself, and I'll be like, y'all, I'm going through it. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Last year when I was going through it, like I remember even calling Fred and I was like, I don't know, I can't do this. I felt so down on myself and I was gonna quit the show. I was in a real dark space going through that cancer last year. And Fred just constantly would give me tidbits like, take your time, okay, but you need to do this, you need to do that. Like it was still that love, and it was still that push for me not to quit, and that self talk, like you said, Terrell. Like y'all really are the glue for me a lot of times, and I
Hmm.
appreciate that in this setup crew. Like our community within ourselves, I love that. And I don't know if anybody else could actually be added into our crew. I don't see it because we so entwined with each other, and it just works.
I mean, it'll happen if it needs to happen. You
B,
get
don't
what I'm
speak
saying?
that.
Like the way we all met, it was just like we all just gradually like started meeting each other, like little pieces just started being put together. So if God feels like as though we got a little missing link here, he'll throw one in there. But like right now, I'm very comfortable with what we have. To be honest, and one of the things about what we were mentioning with the conversations, like sometimes like when you have conversations with your friends, like when you see like, dang, you got a roadblock, there's no way out of it. In your mind, you're just like finding every reason why you can't do something. Like, and then you have a conversation with your friends, and they're looking like, oh, well, you could have just done this. Like, you know what I mean? And then the whole time you're like, wait, hold on. I didn't even see that way. And the whole time, like, sometimes like your friends give you a different perspective to show you
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's still a way that you can carry on. And even if that perspective, like, or that way seems a little bit just rocky, they'll be there to just kind of push you along the way. Just be like, no, come on, let's do this. You got this. Like, so the
Hmm.
encouragement, the perspective, and all this other stuff is very important. Like when you're dealing with friends in business, because it just helps you feel like as though like, okay, I can do this. Like you feel more confident within yourself through your like positive friend group. So
Big facts, big facts. I'm gonna drop to the comments. Look, we had Lil D on here. Shout out to Lil D. Thank you for your comment. She was speaking facts on what we were speaking on earlier into friendship and business about the circles that you develop and knowing that you have like two separate. You can have other friendship and you have to sometimes navigate through those friendships to see where your business is gonna lay. Let's see, Mika Langley. Hey, Shamika, I know who this is. This is my god sister. Speaking big facts, but don't assume that being on that rock you can't grow. Some be very beautiful things come from the mountains. You can nourish yourself in spite of your circumstances.
wow.
Okay, Mika, come on with the snaps.
Mhm.
That was deep. You definitely can't bury yourself under a rock, but beautiful things do grow between those mountains. Sometimes it's definitely been stuck through a hard place. It's yeah. And we'll talk about that in the next couple of questions.
She just
We're
made
gonna
me.
come back to that, Mika.
What she just made me think of is what Tiana Taylor got that song about a rose that grew up through the concrete.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Rose in Harlem.
Rose in Harlem,
That's
baby.
my
In
Rose in
Harlem.
Harlem.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my,
Okay.
Tatiana.
So
Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom. And
That's my heart.
that's my
yeah,
song.
that is true. Like some things grow better in the dark. Some plants
Yeah.
grow better in the dark, and that's the difference between buried and being planted. You bury the dead, and you plant something that you're getting ready to come up. Both look the same way going down under the dirt, but something is going down to come up better than it went down.
Hmm.
That's facts. That is very much facts. I wanted Fred to come on because I do have some questions for us, but I'm gonna wait till he's able to get back in. But I
I'm
want to
ready.
talk more about. Oh, you back in, Fred?
Welcome back,
Yeah,
Fred. We
Welcome
missed
back,
you.
welcome back,
my phone was tripping. I
welcome
don't know what's going
back.
on.
Hey.
All right, Fred, do you want to speak on anything before we jump into our game of questions here?
Say that one more time.
Do you want to jump say anything on the friendship and business before we jump into questions about friends and business?
Yeah, I just feel like you have to know who your friends are for. You know, like I haven't had to cut off all my friends, but I just have certain friends that are for certain things. Like I know some friends I'm not going to talk business with. I know some friends that I am going to talk business with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you have to know who your friends are for,
It's all right, Optimus.
field that they don't want to be in.
Fred, I think you having technical difficulties on your phone. But to clap back on
Is
what he
my
was
stuff
saying,
tripping
I
again?
agree. It's
Mm-hmm.
your screen is black, yeah,
Crazy.
but we can hear you. So don't say nothing crazy. But I agree with what you were saying, though. I think that's another thing that you taught me. I remember we was gonna work with someone, and I didn't get I didn't get into the position. I was like, why am I not getting it too? Why am I not getting in this collab too? And like it's certain things Fred had to teach me about with that. He was like, some people are going to be just business, and it's a transactional friendship.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nothing else. And I had to realize that, and I had to start looking at my list of friends and like, okay, is this just transaction? Is this a transition? Is it just transactional, or is this actual friendship? Once I did that, it really knocked it down to a lot, and I had to be real with myself. When do I speak to these people? When do I call these people? When do they call me?
Wow. Yeah.
What is the interaction like? What
Mm-hmm.
are the goals that are aligned? And I had to realize it. And when I got done with that list was real short. And
Wow.
it's not meaning that I'm not friends with them. It just means that we're the friendship on a different level. We serve different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing. And I never felt like our friendship was ever like a transaction. Like we do business together. And I think that's another beautiful thing that we have is that each one of us offers something great it to make for the good. Like we each
Facts.
have our own business under one big umbrella, and I love that.
I agree.
Facts.
And then I like how we can also just branch out and do our own thing too. Like
Yeah.
neither one of us get like, jealous or petty about like, oh, how they end up doing this or whatever. It's always
Mhm.
like, okay, we lift ourselves up and like individuals and we come together and we're even better. So it's never been no like weird competition. Um, and I think we're very fortunate about that because I'm sure that there's people out there that have that experience. I've heard stories, but I consider myself very fortunate to have y'all.
Now you just hooked up on something because just because you are already friends with someone and you had years of you got years with them, don't mean that y'all need to go in business together.
Now,
Nah,
ain't that some
facts.
truth?
Mhm.
Because
Facts.
when it comes to going in business and stuff, when businesses start to get successful, like there are a lot of examples out there. Like example, when you asking someone, Hey, can I also put you down on my LLC as a such and such such and such? They're like, oh yeah. But now when it's time to do something or whatever, you want to sell the business and you need them to like sign, and
Hmm.
they turn and they showing a different side. Oh, you
Yeah.
selling the bit? Well, I ain't signing until you give me X, Y, and Z. You
Yes.
tired
And
of that?
this is right because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like literally, this is when you find out how greedy people are, how lazy people are, how like you start to find like different things about your friend that you didn't even realize because like you guys were in a setting where y'all were turning up with each other, but then now it's like
Mm-hmm.
time to get down to the nitty gritty, and you realize like, whoa, maybe we really not cut from the same cloth for real, like
Yep.
so
You'll
it can be that
they
could be like well, it's like joining a relationship. Like, that's when you find out about your partner and you're like, well, how
Hmm.
do I get out of this as quickly as possible?
Nah,
So
facts. It goes back to like trying to fit people into things that they not supposed to be. Like even with JFL, Justin and Leon are probably the least likely of people who you would have thought I started a business
thank you.
with. Like, you get what I'm saying? We don't even have anything in common, like personality wise, outside of like being cool, being brothers. So it was a lot of people that I tried to force
Are we
in
frozen?
their place, and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And then when it worked out with them, it's like I would have never even thought y'all two would be the two people that are going to be in my life forever and doing business with. But it's because I wasn't trying to force them people. But I think to just to touch on the topic a little bit, sometimes we go off potential and we got to start going off face value. Now it's cool to see the person and say they have potential, but like even with you, Ty, I didn't go off of you because of potential. I went off you because you had face value. You just wasn't where you are now. So I
Yeah.
just was like, okay, I want to work with her because I like her content, but that's all it's going to be. I didn't take it to, oh, well, maybe if I train her or mentor her, whatever the case may be, that we can be where we are today. It was like, I'm going to take you at face value. You have good content. I would love to be your videographer to shoot your content, but that's it. And that's all it was for the longest. You get what I'm saying? Until you started hitting your potential. But I didn't try to network with or build with you off of that potential. I build it off your face value. And even you can take that when you networking. The reason why I wanted to connect with Terrell when you brought him over wasn't because of his potential. It was what he was doing at the moment. Everything that he said he was doing at the moment is what we started working on. And then everything else that he had potential on is what made us become friends, but I wanted to connect with him at face value. Even Berlinda, she was just a photographer. We were just supposed to be doing bookings together. That's all it was ever supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be nothing else other than that. But her potential surpassed what I took her as face value. And I feel like when you start taking people as face value instead of potential, you'll save yourself a lot of heartache because you're going off a potential that you don't even know can happen. And entrepreneur is not the NFL, the NBA. We're not drafting off potential. We're drafting off what you're doing right now. And
Not
even then,
for us.
they're drafting off what you're doing right now. If you're scoring 22 points a game, they're going to draft you. If you're scoring seven, you're probably going to go undrafted because they're not willing to bank on your potential for their team. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have to take that in. Um, and I know it can be hard because I know that's like kind of harsh, but take people for what face value is. You know what I'm saying? And then if they do have potential later on down the line, and y'all had something where y'all was just staying connected, liking each other posts, whatever the case may be, it's not going to be no hard feelings because they'll probably understand. I understand why you didn't work with me. You didn't work with me because I was X, Y, and Z, but you ruined things that could possibly be better when you try to force somebody based off the potential that you see, because you
Yeah.
don't even know if the potential you see them in is what they see themselves as.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mm. That was deep. It was, wasn't it? Let's give it a little. Okay, here I am thinking it's potential. No, I like what Shamika said. Another comment. She said, "Everyone comes into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Try not to confuse the three." lessons or blessings.
Mm.
I definitely agree.
Facts.
People come in. I think sometimes when people come for seasons, we like to extend it to a lifetime.
Uh-huh.
And
You almost made me spit my energy drink out.
you get on my nerves. I definitely think that that happens a lot. You know, like you said, and going off of that potential can lead you into that, lead you into them being around for a lifetime instead of just that season.
Right.
Mm. Yep, you're right. Sure enough about that. Well, Medea also say some people you thought was a some people that you thought was you thought they was a tree, but they ended up being a branch. You went out there and stepped out on them because
This
of
nigga quoted Medea is funny as hell.
but this is true though. Them seasonal people, you thought that
And things like that.
you
It's
thought
not who the quote is
throughout
from.
the year.
It's the actual quote.
No, the
Okay,
quote is
take the
fired though.
lesson
It's just
from
the
the
fact that
quote.
it came from Medea.
Like, don't get stuck on the source. Okay,
I'm telling you.
this man,
But
like
and then
the
you got
minute
some
Fred,
people that are out there
like
doing
Terrell
fruit.
says, Medea, Fred just shut down.
You got some people that's out there, some roots. You got some branches, and you got some twigs, and all
That's true.
they gonna try to
Yeah.
people try to well people in general when we talk about ourselves we don't tend to talk about the things we need to work on. We like
Mm.
to, we like to put ourselves in a good spotlight because who would necessarily like to think of, oh, okay, well, the truth is I'm still working on this. But if you
Hmm.
can be patient with me, that ain't what happens, unfortunately. They like, oh yeah, yeah. People like to be yes mans, yes womans, and things like that. And then when we go out there and step out on faith, it's hold on, where this
Look a damn fool.
that you said. Wait, you ain't showing up in the way that you were saying. Oh, okay. Is that
Yeah,
is that a form of gaslighting?
See, but that goes back off that potential thing because if
yep,
once they do it that first time, you realize, oh, that ain't what it was supposed to be. You supposed to let that go or say, hey, not right now. We try
yeah,
to because I don't know why, especially as an entrepreneur, because like as a friend, if somebody was to do something to you right now, and that was your first time going out with them, you would not go back out with them. Relationship, friendship, but when it come to entrepreneurship, we try to force enforce, 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 and I don't understand why. Because it's like the same principles that you will apply in your life apply to entrepreneurship. Because it's still life. It's just money involved. But it's like when somebody show you something that you know you don't like or you know that's not what they portray, you just sit down with them and be like, hey, it's not the right time. You know what I'm saying? But we'll like that potential thing. We'll be like, oh well, he told me or she told me she can do this, so let's try it again. And then you keep trying, and then you be like, man, it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? But you would have never did that if a guy took you on a bad date. You would have blocked them. You would have never called them back, girl, vice versa, whatever your thing is. You wouldn't have blocked that person. So it's like, why are we not following those same principles in all of our life?
I
Mm-hmm.
think it's because we want to see the good in people, and we have sometimes you have more faith in others than we have in the situation at hand. I remember I was in that situation where I had invested in someone and I saw the potential. I saw the bigger picture and didn't see the roadblocks ahead, didn't
You
see
talking
none
about
of
your
that. All
original
I was
partner?
like, oh, this gonna be great. This
He
is
messy.
messy
You talking
for
about your
real.
old co-host?
why are you doing
Messy
it?
boots.
Let's go
Messy
there.
boots.
Real raw. Let's talk.
Real raw.
Right.
Yes,
You
my
know what? But
old
since we
Talk
being
co-host.
real
I
about
mean,
raw,
the
Ty,
there's
can
real
I
real
say
raw
raw.
and then
something?
there's
Can I say
messy.
something
Okay.
truly, Ty?
Nah,
If we being real raw, I learned I watched this on David. You know I watched David and Donnie Shan. A lot of times it's not what you say of us. We want to see the good in people. It's because we don't feel like we deserve better. So
Mm.
we try to stay down with the lower people because we feel like that's where we at. Because a lot of times when you get the opportunity, because think about it, no, and I'm not boosting myself, but just think about it. You was trying to stay at that level, and you was really not trying to attach yourself with me because you probably didn't feel like, oh, I need to be at that level with him. I need to stay at this level. A lot of times we like to fool ourselves and say, oh, we're good people. It ain't that. It's just you don't feel like you deserve better. So you stay with people who make you feel good about yourself because you feel vulnerable or you feel naked in a sense when you're around people that are doing better than you or it's people that have a different mindset shift. So I do think a part of it is you are good people and you want to see, and not just you, everybody. But I think a lot of times we stay with those people who we know we shouldn't be with because when we get around people who we should be with, it exposes our flaws.
That's
Yes.
very true.
And then to kind
Very,
of
very
like
true.
piggyback off of that too, Fred. Sometimes, like, I mean, because we were talking about the other side of the coin where we're dealing with someone else's potential. But what if the other way around where they're dealing with
Facts.
our potential? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So one, they're gonna have to cut us off, or not cut us off, but they're gonna have to be the one to say, "Hey, listen, this can't
Right.
continue on." And then you have to also learn to forgive yourself and not like break yourself down from that moment, because that can also be hurtful. Because like one, not even just yourself, that person. Because if you already not in that mindset to say, because like at that point you're probably thinking to yourself like, I don't even understand what this person's talking about. But then
Right.
like now you're hating on this person because like, maybe like you're not really seeing what they're seeing or whatever. And then that's where the messiness can also turn into like, come from that situation. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just learning about yourself at that moment and then where you are, and then afterwards growing from there and then forgiving yourself for those flaws or those mistakes that you've done in the past.
Right.
So that's definitely something, because it's all growing, because we're all starting from somewhere. And I felt like, so that was a lot of the stuff that I had to deal with as well. uh, just blindly getting into a business. Like I don't have no examples of this. I'm feeling my way through. And then so just finding a crew right here where I'm like learning from y'all, and then y'all are teaching me how to be a better businesswoman, how to be like, interact with my clients better, and how to meet clients, how to do all this stuff. That's all new to me. So
Business.
Right.
yeah, I had to like literally forgive myself a lot for those mistakes that I did. So
Mhm. Yep.
I feel that, and yeah, it you mentioned Terrell. Yeah, it was my last co-host, but I'm not speaking bad on her. It's just that I went head first when I first started the show. I was so excited to get started, and I had
yeah,
already had a few shows by myself, and I was like, "Oh, this will be dope. Let's do a co-host." And me and my co-host are still cool now, but we have two different approaches, and my show was going a different way than what I wanted it to be.
mm,
And so we butted heads, and it didn't go like I wanted it to go. And
yeah,
I grew from that. And I don't regret it, because I don't think I would have blossomed like I have now. So like you said, realizing what you deserve, realizing where you're going to be in life, realizing where you want to be, you got to stay true to yourself.
Right.
And in order for
Can,
me to do that, I had to do this alone.
can we curse on here?
Yeah.
Why do people give a fuck so much though? Like that's the thing that drives me so crazy too. You had to do that though. We beat ourselves up for learning. Like
mm,
Mhm.
we all had to fail so that we can get today. What is today? March 6th on Real Raw Let's Talk on the radio. We
Yeah.
had to all fail so that we can be here. When I started JFL with Justin and Leon in 2019, and you would have told me in 2025, I'd be sitting on the radio with one of my best friends, I would have been like, I could see it, but I don't think so. Why do we give ourselves shit so much for failing? Like, heal. It's okay to
yeah,
be sad. It's okay. I got cut off numerous of times, and I didn't understand why until I see them being successful in what it is that they
yeah,
wanted to do, and I'm like, I didn't have no space in that because what
Mm.
yeah,
they became successful doing is not even what I want to do. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we give ourselves too much shit for learning. Like we all had to fail, and I feel like if you just heal from it, you teach on it, and
Mm-hmm.
stop giving yourself grief about it, it'll be so much stress relief.
yeah,
Like I feel like
Yeah.
we give ourselves so much shit. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. I can. You had to fucking fail. Like Belinda said, you ain't had nobody to tell you that. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You had to fail.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like you
not for
had to. You know
real.
what I'm saying? Like,
Felon is
and
growing though. Felon is very much
exactly,
growing.
it's
Yeah,
growing.
I
It's
mean,
Mhm.
but
growing.
some of us are a bit sensitive. Me, I'm sensitive. I mean,
said, I'm
So
just living by
sometimes
my
I just
shit.
be like in here just moping around. Oh my God, life is over. But like, sometimes like that's where your friends come in. It's like, bitch, get the fuck out your feelings. Like, So that's what your friends are there for. Like, sometimes you do have to have that healing moment. You do have to sit yourself down and say, like, yo, that was fucked up. That, like, next time better. And then in that little slump long enough, your friends be like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
hello, wake up, get out of there.
It's like,
So
okay, I'm gonna.
Facts.
yeah, that's what you if you have like a good group of friends, that's what they're here for. And
Mm.
that's what we got.
That's facts. Y'all, I want to take a little break real quick. Let's take a little moment to pay some bills. And when we come back, we're going to get into the real raw let's talk questions with the cut up crew on friendship and business. So y'all
Hey.
stay tuned and we're going to be coming back with more questions.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. Real love, lost boy. We gon' get this money together, however we stay on our shit, ain't no need to compete. You know I'm there by your side, always down the slide whenever it's time for some beef. We was in the gutter together, my brothers forever, yeah, we was thuggin' in these streets. Everything I do is on me, ain't gotta ask a thing, cause you already know what it means, yeah. That's real love, that's real love. 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 Let's take it back to the streets. The kitchen was empty with no shit to eat. All for one and one for all was the seed. All of my niggas was keeping it G. Keep it solid, we ain't never gon' fold. Everybody know to stick to the code. We all remember who was there through the cold. A nigga snitched and a friend turned to foe. Yeah, nigga, fuck all that fake shit. We pass you a blunt, better face it. Offer it up, better take it. Loyalty ain't no replacements. Never the ones who will start shit, but best believe we will finish it. Not the ones you wanna squabble with. Push your car, boy, you been a bitch. Yeah, we done paid all our dues. Not the ones you could take for a fool. These bitches gon' pick and choose. Put your trust in the hoe, then you lose. Niggas watching how we move. Swear they all think that they had a clue. Niggas don't think to try nothing new. Fake 'em out, make it look like we lose. Yeah, that's what we do. Call the blitz like it's mad, and that shit was just tragic. Them niggas ain't really want static. You hit that line for the gas, gon' hit you back fast, gon' weigh out a gram and then bag it. We see the loft at the desk, kept a foot on the gas. I was whipping that shit, ain't no crashing. When I pull up to the hood, you know it's all good. The love for me, they're automatic. We gon' get this money together, however we stay on our shit, ain't no need to compete. You know I'm there by your side, always down the slide whenever it's time for some beef. We was in the gutter together, my brothers forever, yeah, we was thuggin' in these streets. Everything I do is on me, ain't gotta ask a thing, cause you already know what it means, yeah. That's real love, that's real love. 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 Real love is plugged in. One accord, no matter minor, major. Never count the favors, plenty never savor. Loyalty, respect, support that never wavers. Real ride or die type's hard to find. Grateful that I got mine. Not all got a sound mind, but they own time when I hit the line. Held it down and never gave up. Stuck around and really gave a fuck. When push came to shove and shove got touched. We ain't speak about such and such. All we know is what's best for us. Built bonds and we built trust. Overstood on the issue, speak up. Even if the convos is tough, we talk with a different talk. We walk with a different walk. We think with a different thought. This shit is genuine, it can't be bought. No sir. Remember that day when fate played its cruel joke? Put our names down in the death note. What we did, bro, ripped the page out and told death note. Not today on some Stark shit. Avenger with that Iron Man at that opposite, he wanna start shit. Over real love, I get heartless. I got blood that ain't fam, and I got fam that ain't blood. I know who got it, I spot it, shot it, recognizing real love. We gon' get this money together, however we stay on our shit, ain't no need to compete. You know I'm there by your side, always down the slide whenever it's time for some beef. We was in the gutter together, my brothers forever, yeah, we was thuggin' in these streets. Everything I do is on me, ain't gotta ask a thing, cause you already know what it means, yeah. That's real love, that's real love. That's real love, that's real love. That's real love, that's real love. That's real love, that's real love.
No kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap, that hit in that face, had to make them believe. Make it look easy like money on trees. I'm raking the leaves. A pussy like water, yeah, straight to their head like taking a lead. This project was made for the streets. This what you get when you mix an A with a P. I want all of the smoke. I've been waiting to see like a fat kid waiting to eat. I can't tell you how it happened, but I'm here. I used to let it break me down. I barely drop a tear. How to coach so many losses, think I know I want a pill. I was living fast, nigga, really had to chill. My mind is too powerful. Think before you act, try to reach for your waist, and you can get bent back. All I got on doing is shake them haters out, quitting black. All I ever really wanted was a big bag. Acting like a goddess, we can split that. I'ma tear that ass up, make her come and get a lick back. We both wrapped up in this paper, no zigzags. If you really want it, you can get it, but only if you real bad. Raw base bottle where she grab it on the stick, tryna knock it out the ballpark. All-star pick, got me licking on your neck, rubbing on your titties, feel the panties steady leaking, got a nigga wanna eat it. No cow, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cow, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap.
No cap, no kizzy. Hopping out with the Drake, no drizzy. Chasing young money, big CEO getting it. Keep your nose out of beef for him business. A man big fitted won't leave no witness. Pockets overweight, don't need no fitness. I'm a little bitch getting tossed, no did it. Play with mine, hollers flying like frisbee. Time for the game like OG Bennett. Welcome to Dallas, the Green Dot City. Man stuff, they ain't knowing who did it. Loud pipes with sticks through the city. Bullets flying, who throwing, who pitching. Don't really matter, I'ma catch who did it. Spin on the ass, won't stop till I'm dizzy. Stuck in the game, no pivot, no cap.
No kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it. No kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap, that hit in that face, had to make them believe. Make it look easy like money on trees. I'm raking the leaves. A pussy like water, yeah, straight to their head like taking a lead. This project was made for the streets. This what you get when you mix an A with a P. I want all of the smoke. I've been waiting to see like a fat kid waiting to eat. I can't tell you how it happened, but I'm here. I used to let it break me down. I barely drop a tear. How to coach so many losses, think I know I want a pill. I was living fast, nigga, really had to chill. My mind is too powerful. Think before you act, try to reach for your waist, and you can get bent back. All I got on doing is shake them haters out, quitting black. All I ever really wanted was a big bag. Acting like a goddess, we can split that. I'ma tear that ass up, make her come and get a lick back. We both wrapped up in this paper, no zigzags. If you really want it, you can get it, but only if you real bad. Raw base bottle where she grab it on the stick, tryna knock it out the ballpark. All-star pick, got me licking on your neck, rubbing on your titties, feel the panties steady leaking, got a nigga wanna eat it. No cow, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap, no kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. There's you, there's me, this trigger. No cap.
No cap, no kizzy. Hopping out with the Drake, no drizzy. Chasing young money, big CEO getting it. Keep your nose out of beef for him business. A man big fitted won't leave no no witness. Pockets overweight, don't need no fitness. I'm a little bitch getting tossed, no did it. Play with mine, hollers flying like frisbee. Time for the game like OG Bennett. Welcome to Dallas, the Green Dot City. Man stuff, they ain't knowing who did it. Loud pipe with sticks through the city. Bullets flying, who throwing, who pitching. Don't really matter, I'ma catch who did it. Spin on the ass, won't stop till I'm dizzy. Stuck in the game, no pivot, no cap.
No kizzy, little bitch get tossed like frisbee. Too fine, ain't worth 2 pennies. Still here to make a scream like Sydney. Straight to it like ain't nothing pending. Big bags, ain't talking about Wendy's. If you mind it, ain't no niggas. If you mind it, ain't
We're
no
on
niggas.
What's up, all my real raw talkers? Thank y'all for coming back. As you know, we're talking about friendship and business before we left the break, and I'm here with the Cut Up Crew. So, y'all, I want to jump back into a talk before we go into our game real quick. I want to talk about how business and play, how we're able to separate that because a lot of people don't get to see the goofy side of us a lot, and they just see us when we doing business. But then we do know when to activate that business and separate it from play. We know how to still have a good time. And I feel like that's the beauty in us because we all respect that we got a job to do. If we have an event, we have something to do, regardless if it's two of us, one of us, or all of us. At the end of the day, we know business has to be done and we're gonna get that done and then we play. Or we playing before and then we gonna, get the job done. But we definitely get the job done and we can separate business and play. And I love that about us. Y'all wanna clap on that? Not clap, nigga, say something. Yeah.
Yay!
Now, do y'all wanna say anything about that before I move on?
I mean, yeah, it's just you having fun. Like I feel like you have to have fun in what it is that you do. And honestly, I feel like if you can't play a little bit like with the people you around, you don't need to be around them. Like when you start getting up higher levels, you start realizing they really just be having fun. Like they making money off of having fun. Like not about to. I'm gonna plug myself a little bit, but I'm not. But when I was with Lil D and she was interviewing Neo, his cameraman like out of nowhere threw one of these up to me, like, and I looked over and he was like, "Gotcha," like, and it's like, whoa, like, cause I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna be a Neo, we gotta be serious. You know what I'm saying? I need to be focused, the camera, and he like, bro, you done this a million times. Make sure your stuff good. You know, like you're not playing the whole time. But him and the other cameraman was having fun, so I started realizing like, oh, these people really just have they really have emotion and making money off of having fun. And I feel like if you can't have fun with the people you need to be around with, the vibe probably not there. And if the vibe probably not there, y'all probably ain't supposed to be working with each other anyway. Cause even with all my clients, like I have fun. Like out even outside of y'all, and I'm pretty sure y'all too. Like when I be with people, I be having fun. And when I'm not having fun, normally they don't even book me again because we both know, like, yeah, vibe not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
but when I'm having fun with the clients, we still can work done. We still having fun. I'm not gonna say it's always fun, cause like sometimes it be serious, like cause stuff happens. Like things just happen where sometimes it may not be fun, but you should be having fun 75% of the time when you're actually in the field doing what it is that you do now, like the back end, the editing, and all that stuff. That may not be fun, but that's the stuff that comes with it. Like I realize all the contract paperwork, editing, even though I may not like that stuff, I do it because that allowed me to wake up every day, do what I love, and have fun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you should be having fun. Like I have fun every time I go out to shoot. Oh, like 9 out of 10 times, I'm having fun.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
only time I'm not having fun is when I'm editing my pictures. But let me tell you though, I love taking my pictures. I love taking content and all this other stuff. But when I sit in front of that computer and edit, click, click, look at all sorts of doing color grading, looking at hundreds of pictures, like whatever, that's where the fun stops for me. But
But see, two things on that though. One, we gonna make you a boss, so you don't gotta do that. I ain't never edited a photo a day in my life, and I'm a full time self employee. So we just gonna get you bossed up, so you don't have to do that. And then two, that's just the cost you gotta pay to have fun. You
yeah,
have fun at the shoots. The cost for that is the editing.
Gone with these
well,
little hip hop things.
Go ahead,
What you
Chris.
say?
I said Fred needs love and hip hop hands.
Not the love and hip hop hands.
Because you know that's how they be on love and hip hop.
I'm in DC's today. I'm in DC's today. You feel me? I got my New York fit on and shit. You feel me? You feel me, B? Word to
You
my
feels
mother.
me? Nah, I like that too. I like that we able to like separate that and still pour into each other. And what I really like about us is that we provide an experience.
Hmm.
And have y'all ever been somewhere and like people have thought that we've known each other for years,
Hmm.
All
or
the
that
time.
like we're siblings?
Yeah.
I know me and Fred did it a lot. Like we were doing the content creator, um, creating content for Code. A lot of the actors thought that me and Fred either had known each other for a long time, and we were like, we only known each other for like going on 2 years now, and they're like, what?
Right.
Like they thought we knew each other for a long, like we were just long time friends, but I think that's how you know that you're working with the right person because y'all have that relationship. And not even that, I think it was another time we were working somewhere and they thought we were brother and sister, and we're like, what? Like, but it's how we carry ourselves,
I
but
look
it's how
better.
we interact with each other too. And I know that like we get it when we work with y'all, like, and I love that because we just intertwine with each other so well.
Yeah, and
Now, can I say something to throw that out there? Belinda
What?
is not my wife. A lot of people ask me that all the time when we work together. They be like, "Yo, you and your wife have a great photography."
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
"Bro, that's
did
not my
hear that
wife."
for real.
I'm like, "Bro, that's not my wife, bro." Like, but I feel like sometimes they be saying that to see if I say she is, so that they can try to shoot their shot. I ain't gonna lie,
mm,
but
mhm.
That's crazy. Like, man, I think I heard that one other time. I can't remember where we were at, but they said that. I was just like, hold on, where's Samaya at?
right, nah, facts, like, yeah. And also too, I feel like sometimes we have fun, and I don't condone, and I'm just joking when I say this, like, but sometimes we be having fun because Ty, I be wanting to slap your wig off. Sometimes you be getting on my nerves. So having fun is like the
First of
way
all,
to get out of you making me upset because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? And you know she'll be having that thing glued down. Just FYI. So
don't look sliding today.
Why
But
you sending
anyway,
invitations to people, Fred? You sending invitations to people to text
please don't send
messages.
invitation. Nobody slide it off because you started off and you ain't one of us.
Y'all
If
know
you
she
ain't in
needs
the
to
cut
fight
up when
at
you
work, so
slide it,
that's
boom.
not an invite.
Hey, that's
Look, this
okay.
ain't an
That's okay.
invite.
You
That
gonna
old
find
T
it,
Pretty will come back out quick.
but that's okay. That just leaves you opportunity to get somebody to sponsor a wig for their show, so you can wear them
See,
different.
and this how it
And
works
have
when
Yeah.
you
that
pour
junk
into
glued
each
down.
other. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
So
we
those
should do
out
a
there that got a
commercial where
hair
we
business
snatch
and
a
you trying
wig
to get your
off,
glue out
so
there, you know
and
what
and
you
then
call
put
that,
somebody
girl?
else wig on. We should do a commercial like
Yo.
that. Do you want this or do you want that?
But I will say, having fun is important because as you going through things that you never done before, sometimes it
Hmm.
can be frustrating. And
Yeah,
Mm.
find a way to be able to laugh through it. Like one thing about us periods, we're emotional beings, and if you have those good emotions, laughter, fun, excitement, that just will help you connect more with your craft, with what you're doing. So it's important to have fun. Yes, on the business side, get into business admin mode where you got to do the admin stuff, because sometimes we can get caught up in like, oh, okay, let me just do my work part. That's the fun part. But the other part where it's not as so fun, it's like, ugh, I don't understand this. Different areas where you're not as great at that admin side. Having fun while you're doing your craft is very very important, because that's gonna help you push through it. Your body remembers those memories. Oh, okay, I'm creating laughter. I'm creating excitement. I'm giving hugs. Those are good things for us. Those release good chemicals in our bodies to keep us going. So having fun is going to be an important part. Don't forget to have fun, or I don't necessarily want to say fun, but find a way to enjoy it, so that when you do come across those moments where, oh, darn, this doesn't work, I can't get this to connect. Well, I'm on this platform. I got to figure out how to link it over here and share it over here, bring up these people, move this screen, get this music going, come up with this. All of that stuff can be like weighing down or almost discouraging But when you have something fun to connect it with, some laughs behind it, some enjoyment, some excitement, that's like some extra fuel. So that's almost going to be important, especially starting out. When we not 100% business mindset, we don't got no family that already got six figures in the bank who passing us a business down. It's that fun part, that laughter, that enjoyment, them hugs, those smiles are going to be really, really good to help us push past the parts that we just don't know how to do our damn self.
Hmm.
Nah,
That's so
facts.
true, Dr.
Exactly.
Montez.
Dr. Montez, I like that.
Dr.
Is it me,
Montez.
y'all, or is Terrell giving like therapy or like nurturing parent or that nice teacher that you knew in kindergarten?
It's given
Like,
he be butt naked on the rocks outside doing yoga.
That
See,
part.
now I'm met, well, speaking of you, now let's move right on because being grounded, being
Oh, we
grounded
ain't gonna talk about them group chats, huh?
Being grounded is another thing. Like wanting you want to do business over here, but you don't want to let go of the club on Saturday and things like that. So
Mm,
you waking up late, showing up late to bookings, not in your best thought. You know what I'm saying? Like your best thinking is necessary, especially you don't want to show up halfway.
nah,
Like you
facts.
give it all and things like that. So that makes a difference too. The mindset that you have towards your business, it can't necessarily be the same mindset from day one. There
Mm-hmm.
needs
yeah,
to be some
I
sort
actually
of
got a story about that,
improvement.
literally.
Like we gotta
I
switch that
had a
mindset.
situation.
Since we
I
putting
can't
people on
remember if I was
blast.
outside the night before or something, and I don't know. I just wasn't. Um, I wasn't really mentally prepared for the shoot. Tell me why I get all the way to the location, which is 45 minutes, by the way, only to realize I didn't even bring my damn camera. Yo,
Are you serious? Oh, hell no.
yo, talking about fucking up.
What was in your hand? What?
Oh my
When you talk
goodness.
about fucking up, y'all, I'm telling you. So
Wow.
it's like literally to
Damn.
your point, Sorrel.
Oh,
Like you
oh
over
man.
here just not putting yourself in that mindset or whatever. Now you forgetting your whole fucking camera. The most I'm a photographer and I didn't even bring my camera to the shoot. Never mind, I didn't bring an SD card. I didn't bring the whole damn camera.
Right, you can DoorDash an SD card. You can't
Bruh,
DoorDash your
A
camera.
whole damn camera.
I had to drive all the way back home and then back to the place. I will never forget that day. Never. That day will
45
be
minutes,
infamy in my
girl.
mind. Like it will never go away.
Yeah, nah, that's it's important, Terrell. I'm happy you brought that up. Like I haven't left my camera. God forbid that I
I wish
do.
I
I've
never
left
told
an
y'all.
SD card before, but never
Frank
the
gonna
whole
eat me up
camera.
every time.
Like that's the first thing I make sure I grab. But not like even with JFL, like we always talk about like with Justin and Leon, we always talk about the JFL experience. Like that's what we want to bring. And even when I was telling you like how sometimes a shoot may not be good, and we both know like it's not for us. Sometimes the shoot ain't good because the other person, like Belinda said. Sometimes, like when I was coming up, the shoots was bad because of me, because I was staying up all night playing the game. I was doing whatever the case may be, and then I'm cranky and I'm not giving the JFL experience, and that's my whole selling point. My whole selling point of booking JFL is, hey, we may not be the best, we may not be the greatest, but we got good quality. We're always available. We got a team, and we sell an experience. And
Right.
I always tell you, like, I want to be like Disney, Chick-fil-A, Gucci, how you can go in there, and even if you ain't got no money, you can still have an experience because we got little things over here that you make a buy with a little bit of money and have a good experience. And then if you got big money, you get even more greater experience. I always say that that's how I want to be. And when I was first starting up, especially when I first went full time, because I was feeling myself. Oh, I got this in the bag. I was not given the JFL experience, and I'm like, yo, like,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to start really prepping myself. Now it's kind of like I'll be feeling like I have the LeBron James regimen. Like if I know I got a booking, I'm eating a certain breakfast that day. I'm making sure I'm listening to a certain
Wow.
audio that day. I'm making sure I read my 15 minutes in the morning because I know I don't have time. to read it at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have a whole regimen now of
Yeah.
like how I do my day, and I actually got a YouTube video out today showing that, just to plug that in. But not seriously though, I have a whole regimen of how I carry myself when I have bookings now, so that I can give that JFL experience.
Hmm.
See, that's it right there.
That
Like you
is
said,
it.
there's a
I'm
certain
about to take that note down because I'm like, oh, regiment. Okay, bet.
We were just talking about that yesterday, Fred.
Not
Honestly,
facts.
that's the thing though. Like after a while, because you kind of touched on a point though, Fred. Like for real, after a while, these shoots, you're like, man, I got this in the bag. Like I just do this all the time. Like where you now just start to like you said, you start to feel yourself or whatever. There's nothing wrong with feeling yourself, but then it's like you're also downgrading your experience that you're giving to this
Hmm.
person. And then
Hmm.
that's like you said, the selling point at this. There's hundreds of photographers out there. Within my radius, there could be 100 photographers, like
Hmm.
within my zip code. So it's like, what are you really doing? And these people at any given moment, they're ready to take your clients. So
Hmm.
it's like, what are you doing to keep them? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, that's the other thing too. Like sometimes you could cry about not having the clients, and then, but what are you doing to get them? What are you doing to show them? Like, and that's the same for me. And that was something that I had to. I think we also had a conversation about that. Like, about because there was a point where I'm like, okay, I had to take my 9 to 5 a bit serious, but like, just to kind of help me at that time. But then when it's time to like really work on my business, it's like, okay, girl, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you going to do this stuff? Like, what are you gonna show? What kind of effort are you gonna put towards yourself and these
Mm-hmm.
clients and stuff like that? So that way, like, you are providing that experience. You are showing up for yourself. So all that's important.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And we and Fred was just talking about that the other day because I was like, what's gonna set me aside from being from any other podcast? What's gonna set me aside from doing these red carpets? That's how we even started with the To Be Tuesday.
Mm.
Like, what's gonna set me aside? What's gonna, like you said, it could be millions of podcasts, but what's gonna be different? What's different about you? And Fred one day asked me this, and he was like, "What makes you different? What's about you?" And I was stuck, like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm real. Like I'm unfiltered." And he was like, "Okay, so is everybody else." And I'm like, "I'm relatable, so is everybody else." And like it's pushing the envelope. And I like that because it challenged me to dig deeper into who I am and what am I representing and what am I going for.
Hey, my
So
son
I
in
definitely
here.
I feel you on that
My
too.
Yeah,
son in
why he
here.
not here? Talking
Yeah,
about let's
son,
go,
son.
family. Let's go, family. Okay.
Let's go
EJD
team.
Productions.
Anyway, everybody else, not just Fred. Anywho. Now, but before we go to break, I definitely want to bring out some of these questions. These are questions that I thought that about being entrepreneurs, about having friendships in the business, and I just kind of want to dive into those real quick before we jump into another quick break. All right, the first one we got is how does you guys meet and begin to collab?
well,
So I'm gonna let one of y'all answer that. I think we kind of touched on it a little bit in the very
Yeah.
beginning.
But
yeah, we
Fred wasn't here,
Fred,
so
you wasn't here
we'll
for
have
it.
Fred start.
Yeah, I met Taya at work. Um, like when I was there, I didn't really have a lot of clients, so I was telling Emmy and everybody who would listen that I do photography and videography. Um, and I told her like I watched her podcast, and I'm like, yo, I can help you. Like I can do this. I can provide value to you.
mm,
And it took her a couple months because she was lollygagging. She
I
don't
was.
lollygag as much no more. I'm proud of her. But that's how we met. And I actually met Belinda at the same place, just different section of the job. And I had told a young lady that I was looking for a secondary photographer out here. Because at that time I had already knew that I was quitting that job and going full time in my craft, but I knew like I couldn't go full time without a team, being that I had already built the business with Justin and Leon back home. I knew what it took in order for the business to sustain out here. And me and Belinda kind of met that way. And I actually met Terrell through Taya at an event that we were at. I was doing headshots, and I really didn't even get to enjoy the event because everybody wanted to get their headshot. So I was over there for the whole entire event, and they came over together. I took his headshots. She connected us, told me what he did. Then I found out like he lived close, so then we started like connecting, doing type of content. But yeah, I kind of met everybody based off of. I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like I told God what I wanted to do in life. I started setting myself up to be connected to those people, and then everybody came.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anybody else want to add anything before we go to the next question?
No, honestly, that's right. Cause I literally met Fred through someone at work, and because like that was the same thing too. I was telling people at work I'm a photographer. Like I don't care what I was doing at this 9 to 5, but I'm a photographer, and it was so crazy because because if I didn't say that, Fred, you and I would have never met.
Right?
You know how many people at the job were photographers? There
No.
were so many other photographers there at that job that were saying they were photographers, and
Mm.
then she managed to link us two
I
up
did
together,
not know that.
and now here we are. Like literally, that was my prayer as well. I'm like, God, I need um, I need to be able to, because I just recently moved out here. At the time, I think I was probably um, maybe a year and a half when I met y'all here in Dallas, and so I ended up like getting that job, and then I. But my main thing was to get the job to like kind of help my photography business. So I was always like praying about that, and so when she put me on with you, honestly, I felt like as though things started moving super fast. Then I started meeting. I met Terrell the same day because I think you booked with me maybe
Yeah, that was
maybe a
boss.
week.
That was boss. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even take that long. Then we
Mhm.
met at then I met Terrell shortly after, and I was like feeling his energy. It turned out we were both Aquarius, and we started bonding over that. And then
Mhm.
after that, I met Taya, and then I met Evan after that through a FaceTime. So um, then here we all are. So
Right.
I'm happy we all met, gang.
Jeez.
All right, I want to ask this question. I'm gonna let all of y'all answer. It's a really good one. It's what's the hardest thing with working with each other? I think this is a keep it real on this question and answer because I think, like again, going with the friendship and business, people don't realize that even though we look pretty and we do what we do have hardships, just like any other group, just like any other people that work together. Even though we are friends, at the end of the day, we do experience normal things.
Mm.
So, what's the hardest thing with working with each other?
Ooh, I haven't even thought about that or
I'm gonna
whatever.
say one situation that came to mind. Huh?
I'm gonna
We
let y'all think on that because I know it's some. It's probably it's a deep thought. So I'm gonna let y'all think on that. We're gonna take a quick break. When we
Oh,
come back, we're gonna answer what's the hardest thing with working with each other with the Cut Up Crew, y'all. We'll be back and y'all stay tuned.
It feel like time's running out and the end's getting close. And I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high as it go. And I try not to let pain show. Can't let pain show. Oh, can't let pain show. Can't let pain show. Bags, can't let it show, it won't be on my sleeve. We better this shit that we can't even see. All this pain I done went through, I could never let them see me bleed. If it happened to leak, then so be it. Just pass the shit up, keep it a beam. Head to the ceiling, shitting up on these low vibrational creatures. You woke and you know what I mean. All my life, I've been guarding my soul from sleep paralysis to astral projection. Yeah, I've been traveled the globe. Paranoid, just thinking one day I might not make it back to my vessel. I pray if you do that, you make it back to your temple. The light is inside me, it'll blind you. Don't give up the ghost if you bind it. Your time is at hand, is imminent. This message, I'm hoping you mind it. If not, re-listen, rewind it. Stand up for what's right and away from the grind. I'm trying to switch up the mindset. We making music that's timeless. All of the stars in alignment. Gotta speak out if you chose. Try to save them. You know the end. ending is close.
It feel like time's running out and the end's getting close. And I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high, as high as it go. And I try not to let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain I keep my head up and strive through all the pain. No job, no car, I needed shelter from rain. Now I'm pushing to be great, but my scars remain. The way life been life and it's getting harder to stand. Being black, trying to fit in with the white man's plan. We can't no longer ignore the truth. Time to take a stand. Get reparations and land. Unity amongst our people. That time is now. If you a leader for your people, take a humbling bow. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. Feeling like a giant, all enemies devour. God, please strengthen us through all sickness and death. Somebody throw my life jacket. I'm trying to reach it for help. And the end's getting close, and I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high, as high as it go, and I try not to let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show.
Soul Town Entertainment. This for all my trail riders. Or if you love a good hole in the wall, you know there's only one rule. Gotta bring your own bottle. Yeah. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my girl Queen today. I got my own bottle. And Big Yayo. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now if you like to party and have a good time, come and meet me on the dance floor. That's where it goes down. Now if you want me to turn around and back it up, I like a man with a full-grown beard and it gotta be tatted up. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby, then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. Now we can find us a trail ride or a nice little hole in the wall. I put it on you in a sexy two-piece or even in some grandma drawers. I need a man who can satisfy me 7 days a week. And you can keep your little funky 40, cause they ain't doing shit for me. And we gon' celebrate and party all night long. Just tell me what you're drinking, baby, then we can get it on. And don't forget the chicken wings, fried fish and fries. So whatever you drink, gotta bring your own bottle. You gotta bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. He got his own bottle.
Bring that heat so you can smell it on my skin. I may bring that crime, cause it'll make me get on down. My girl Danae, she said she like that goose. And when she's on that goose, she gon' get real loose. You can understand the words are coming out of my mouth. We party all over the world, east, west, north, and south. Come on. Yeah, yo, and Queen Danae came to make you holla.
Gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
You gotta bring your own bottle.
Gotta bring.
He got his own bottle. You can bring your own bottle. I got my own bottle.
Started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toes flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no, no, no. You forever my dog. I can't never turn my back on you, I can't at all. You always there when I need you, when I pass the ball. Can't sleep without you at home taking PM Tylenol. You the bag to my paper when we blow it all. Still bumps on my body when I'm thinking of you. You got the juice, you do something to me when you not in the room. Back to take out, will you be there when I make it? Need you on my side, I started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toe flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no, no, no. You forever my dog.
They said time heals everything. You get mad, go through my phone, trip over anything. You tripping over the studio, that's the only time I spend. From the trenches, I was taught to get it how I live. Grinding to build a legacy for my 5 kids. My apologies for wrong I did. The more I learn about myself, the stronger I feel no matter what. When you need me, I'm here.
Started from the bottom, then we up now. 10 toe flat on the pavement, the ground. She told me that she need me around. We eating good, got me gaining pounds. Gotta show out whatever I do. Circle small when it got me a cool. Never turn my back on you, I can't do that, no, no, no. You forever my dog.
It feel like time's running out and the end's getting close. And I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high, as high as it go. And I try not to let pain show.
Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show.
Bags, can't let it show, it won't be on my sleeve. We battling shit that we can't even see. All this pain I done went through, I could never let them see me bleed. If it happened to leak, then so be it. Just pass the shit up, keep it a beam. Head to the ceiling, shitting up on these low vibrational creatures. You woke and you know what I mean. All my life, I've been guarding my soul from sleep paralysis to astral projection. Yeah, I've been traveled the globe. Paranoid, just thinking one day I might not make it back to my vessel. I pray if you do that, you make it back to your temple. The light is inside me, it'll blind you. Don't give up the dose if you bind it. The time is at hand, is imminent. This message, I'm hoping you mind it. If not, re-listen, rewind it. Stand up for what's right and away from the grind. I'm trying to switch up the mindset. We making music that's timeless. All of the stars in alignment. Gotta speak out if you chose. Try to save them, you know the ending is close.
It feel like time's running out and the end's getting close. And I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high, as high as it go. And I try not to let pain show.
Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show. Can't let pain
I keep my
show.
head up and strive through all the pain. No job, no car, I needed shelter from rain. Now I'm pushing to be great, but my scars remain. The way life been life and it's getting harder to stand. Being black, trying to fit in with the white man's plan. We can't no longer ignore the truth. Time to take a stand. Get reparations and land. Unity amongst our people, that time is now. If you a leader for your people, take a humble and bow. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. Feeling like a giant, all enemies devoured. God, please strengthen us through all sickness and death. Somebody throw my life jacket, I'm trying to reach it for help. And the end's getting close, and I know the devil want my soul. I keep my head held high, as high as it go, and I try not to let pain show.
Can't let pain show. Can't let pain show.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Real Raw Let's Talk podcast. So tonight we've been talking about friendship and business, and before we went on break, I had asked what is the hardest thing with working with each other?
Where'd
What is the
Terrell
hardest
go?
thing working with each other? I can see you. Where you at?
He not in the on the radio side.
Okay, we'll get you in Terrell in just a second. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there he
So
go.
the hardest thing, I'm gonna say for me, this is my opinion. My hardest thing, I think, with working with each other that I've experienced is really is to be distant from y'all because I'm so personable. So sometimes it can't be done with. Shut up. It's so
Bro, I'll be
hard.
like, you need
Like
to move, shawty. Like I intentionally don't answer your calls on purpose, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm happy you come to
it's
the
hard
realization.
sometimes, like just shooting up a call or a text. And so, but in doing so, even though that's the hardest thing being away from y'all, like Terrell is in Austin, and like even though we're here in Dallas, we're not necessarily all close or all able to get to each other. So even though that's hard, it's a learning thing for me because I'm becoming more independent. So it's like I have to go to YouTube University or I have to do this and that. So it is hard, like being a distance from y'all when you have such a great team to work with. That's for me though. What's y'all hardest thing about working with the team?
Yo,
Well,
go
don't
first.
all speak at once.
I
Well,
went I went first last time.
the hardest thing, and I don't even know if I experienced things as like, oh dang, this is hard. But I guess I will say um, this is just because I haven't really experienced something that's okay. This is the most hardest thing. Well, for me, the hardest thing will, I guess, will be like when you're working with a
Say
team.
hardest thing one more time without an answer. We're gonna click off of you.
The
One more
hardest
time.
thing must be. Um, I can't even think of the hardest thing. That's crazy.
You want me to
He
go
said
first then?
it.
I can't even think. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I had all this break. You and Chance over there cuddling.
For
I,
me,
I guess I'll go first. I feel like the hardest thing. I have two things. The hardest thing for me is because me and Evan are the youngest two. Um, sometimes I try to like play the back role when sometimes it's my position to play the front role, and it's like I feel like it's because I don't want to come off as like pushy or whatever the case may be. So sometimes that's the hardest. Like when it's accepting that hey, it may be your time to play the front role, so play the front role. And it's like I low key like playing the back role, but it's like sometimes I do have to play the front role. Um, and then the second thing is just like personalities, because it's like I
Yeah.
love y'all guys' personalities, but it's also at the same time where I have to understand we do things differently. So
Mhm.
like when I see something some way, I'll be like, why y'all not? Or come on. But it's like y'all process things your own way. And then when y'all do it, I'll be like, oh, that was good. But it's like I don't ruin the moment because I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You get what I'm saying? And it's like I
Yes.
just had to let y'all be y'all. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. Because, working with Justin and Leon, though, even though we are so opposite, we lived together before. So, like, we know each other in a sense more than I kind of know y'all. So we are like one machine. So it's like they kind of do things the way I do things and vice versa. But as I'm like exploring outside of them, I have to understand not everybody is me, and that sometimes y'all way is still good, even though it's not my.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I feel
Yeah.
like Fred. I can relate to what you're saying. I feel like sometimes when it comes to what I'm doing with photography, I have a type A personality. Everything's got to be on point, and if it's not, I'm freaking the fuck out. And I try so hard not to crash out. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then time, y'all don't know how to be on time for shit. Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That bothers me so bad. You have no idea. But I just be like, you know what? Just let go and let God. We gonna get there.
It's
Like
because I'm a star in my head, so I'll be like, I'm fashionably late.
And that's the problem.
that. You hear me? What are we talking about? Like giving the client the experience. I'm showing
Oh,
up
I'm not
early.
late to the bookings now. Don't I
That's
ain't
what I'm
late to the
talking
bag.
about.
I ain't late to the
That's what
bag
I'll be talking about.
No, you late to the time you say you gonna be there.
Mm.
for you, not for the bag. I'm late for you, but I ain't late. I ain't late. Trust me, I'll be there on time.
No,
Hey,
that's one
hey.
particular incident. I will. Okay, but believe me, I'm gonna be messy online.
Oh, she talking about
I
yeah.
feel
I
you,
was late
B.
to that. I was late to that. I was. I was.
Yes, we were, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck, man? I literally was trying to keep myself together. Like, all the time I'm falling apart. I'm sitting here like this, waiting, waiting. I swear I'm waiting. I'm late to everything but my bookings.
Mm.
I swear.
I
Well,
was late to my own wedding, so you know, like that's just who I am. I was
yeah.
even late coming in this world. I was supposed to be born in September, and my
Mm,
birthday's October 4th. So you know,
But
I came
both of
out two
y'all,
weeks
I'm gonna
late.
let you go, Terrell, too. But both of y'all say even though those are the hardest things, they have strength behind those.
yeah.
Because even though you are a conscious person on being like late and having stuff in order, that helps when you be coming to the forefront to have an event or things like that. Like when we're going like today, like this weekend, we're gonna collab on something. And it was like, okay, what is X, Y, and Z? This, and this. And I'm like, hold up, me and Fred don't work like that. Like,
I
but
work like
you're
that.
different, but I respect it and I
Yeah.
like that because it shows order. It shows I'm about business. It shows that I'm about to handle this shit. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Like Fred said, we all have different personalities and different ways of doing things, but we all work. We all have the same goal in mind, and it gets accomplished. So there, even though that may be the hardest, it's a strength behind that.
Wow.
And even with Fred, like you said that your the hardest thing is us having different personalities, but you know how to balance them. I told them before you came on, like, you know how to approach me. Because you know, you be like saying something, I'm like, hold up, you know when I get in my feelings. And you're like, hold up, but that's not the friendship in me. This is the business Fred talking.
Mm.
So I respect both of y'all saying y'all hardest thing, but behind that I think that is one of the strongest things at the same time. Terrell, go ahead.
Can we just talk about how Terrell just showed his feet on?
How he just crossed them like it was nothing, did.
Yeah. Real raw here, okay? Play,
Put
play
them
no
corns
game.
down.
Go somewhere now. You know I can get paid for that too. Get a business going with my feet.
This is not the site for
Somebody
that.
somewhere screenshotted that. Trust me.
Man, you might have entire podcast shut down
Wait.
immediately.
Right.
But I will say, and this just to be honest, and this just because of this was me personally, the hardest thing was for me was to catch up to speed. Because when it was just me being a solopreneur, it's like, oh, okay, cool, I found my own beat. But now you link up with four other people. Now we're all synchronizing our different beats. It's like, oh shit, hold on now. Now it's like, oh, okay. Like I was doing 2 events a month. Now we doing 2 events, 3 events a week.
Mhm.
That was a push. That was a hard time because I was like, God dang, woo. I just overcommit myself. I'm like, but like you said, there was also some good in it because it taught me more strength in myself, more drive
Mhm.
like that. I saw myself operating from a different point. I'm like, oh dang, okay, this is a different version of Terrell. So it helped me to evolve, but that was challenging. Damn, we got a booking at 10 o'clock. We just got back. Here I am rolling out the bed at 9:30. Hold on,
That part. Baby could have whooped your ass that day.
y'all. So that was a challenge. That was definitely a challenge because we supporting each other. It's like, dang, I ain't even getting paid for this, but I'm here for the support. You ain't even getting paid for this, but I'm here for the support and things like that. So That was definitely a push. It helped me get out of, oh, okay, you don't gotta just show up just to get paid. Sometimes service is the best way for you to create a brand. Just serving. Like Jesus was a great server. You know what I'm saying? One of the great service. They say service to many leads to great success or something like that, or you will serve your way to success.
Mm.
Like somebody
Mm-mm.
said, OnlyFans. Lord have mercy. All right, damn.
Only fan
I told you, Terrell.
Terrell.
Diamond. That's my friend, y'all.
Hey,
But yeah,
Diamond.
it helped me become more of a service person, you know. So, and I really do enjoy that, like building relationships with people, showing how you like showing up, you know, showing up when you're not even getting paid, getting out of bed early when it doesn't necessarily benefit you financially. Help me get out of the mindset of, oh, I need to get paid for this or X, Y, and Z. No, you're
Mm-hmm.
building an experience, you're building relationships like
Mhm.
that. Now I got 1,000 people to say, yeah, he showed up for me in this way, in this type of way. You know what I'm saying? That was like much more valuable. You know, that was a great pay. You know what I'm saying? But it was
Yeah.
Right.
really challenging getting up out of bed because in the beginning of entrepreneurship, we like, oh, I want to get paid. We want to get paid, and that's the job. Get paid.
Fact.
To be doing everything for free. All of these things, X, Y, and Z. Build a relationship. You know, when you're a mentee to a mentor, carrying your mentor ideas and things like that. You know, it was like it was a little struggle to like always showing up to different places and things. It wasn't that easy.
I can
Uh,
see myself, but I can't hear myself or them.
I can hear you.
Right.
We can hear
Well,
you.
since Ty having technical difficulties, your boy Dev Fred about to take over. We only got a few seconds left, but I will say to anybody that is an up and coming entrepreneur, Terrell just hit something very, very key. And I'm gonna just give you this as a full time self employed. I'm not a full time entrepreneur. I'm a full time self employed, meaning I still have to work for my means, but I can work for my own self. Every single person almost that I work with now, I done free work for, and
I
I
still
did it
can't
as
hear
if I
you.
was getting paid. Like all the free work I did when I first came out here in 2023, leading up to the second half of 2024, I did it like they were paying me top notch dollar.
Yeah.
And that showcased my skill that got them same people who I was doing free stuff with to tell their friends about me. And
Yeah.
then their friends came and gave me a bag. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I would just tell anybody out there, I know sometimes it's hard saying do it for free, do it for free. But
Hmm.
if you really put your all into it to learn, to build, and to serve, it's gonna come back because you're planting that mustard seed. Like
Yep.
even with Taya, me doing something free for Taya allowed me to be working with somebody big and then interviewing. And then working with them interview somebody bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have never even thought me doing that. Me doing free work at an event allow me to meet Terrell. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all guys treat y'all come up as if you're getting paid for it because how you practice is how you play.
Mm,
Big facts.
yep.
But to just kind of like add on to that, just also be careful too, because while you're doing service for others, there's some people that don't see it as a blessing. Like what you're doing, they see it as, oh, I gotta become. So that can also, when you think you're watering someone, you're not getting watered back. That's where it really kind of like almost hinders your business. So it's like you just have to make sure that you are choosing the right type of organizations and people to pour into before you just go ahead and offer yourself for free.
Nah, facts. Everybody's meant to get used, but don't get abused. It's a
Mm,
Yeah.
difference. And I think we have to wrap it up. Guys, T Pretty is having difficulties, but her show is amazing. You know, this is something she told us as a cut-up crew she wanted to do. Terrell, you dropped gems as always. Berlinda, you did a great job. We just want to thank Ty on her platform for letting us come on. You know what I'm saying? And, stay tuned to what she got coming up next.
Also, y'all, make sure if you have not follow Real Raw Let's Talk on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Do me a favor, share that last post from Real Raw Let's Talk.
Yes.
That last Tuesday upload.
Tuesday,
Also,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, she is doing what do you call that? A summary of a new Tuesday. When I tell
Hmm.
you it's so much that is going on in DFW. If you have not, follow JL Fred on all social media platforms. YouTube,
Yep, YouTube, every
YouTube,
platform.
Instagram, Facebook. Also, Big Bird. Go ahead, shout yourself out.
Okay, so I got two Instagram pages. I got Big Bird where I put my personal life, not really too personal, but more so like behind the scenes things about like what happens to me as a photographer. It's more like a release. And then I post my work on Be Captured. Um, so you can always check us out on both those pages. And then this Saturday, Ty and I will be vlogging together at the Pup and Paint party. So be sure to be tuning into that and checking us out because it's gonna be the girl from the cut up crew night out. So
Right. And if you want to see us all collectively together, we have an Instagram called the Cut Up Crew. It's KUTUPCREW. It's the Cut Up Crew. That's where you can see us when we do work together. One of the latest posts we have on there is when we went to Port Arthur. And if you haven't even
yeah,
seen or checked out yet Ty's interview, she interviewed some very big, major people out there in Port Arthur, people that are running for office, up and coming entrepreneurs, people who are of age, and been doing stuff for 40 plus years. And shout out to Evan because he's the one who brought us to that booking. That's his hometown. He introduced us to his family, the people that's in his community that's really making a change. Like, I didn't know a lot of those things was going on in Port Arthur. And if you want to know what's going on and the type of people that Taya interviewed, check out her Real Let's Talk YouTube page. All the interviews are up there. You're gonna see amazing people from ages 16 all the way to like 76. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just shows the range of how good she is. And Berlinda Pictures is fire. If you want to see that, I believe they're on Facebook on the Port Author MLK Day Facebook. The video that I did is
we're
also up
not gonna
there
talk
as
about that
well.
picture
You get what I'm
on
saying?
that port off.
Oh yeah, it's a picture of Berlinda's donkey donk on there too. It went wild in Port Arthur. It went viral in like a 2 hours. Photographer with the donkey donk.
Oh, and then another thing, y'all. If I am rooting for everybody that is black and or brown, and I do want to say with a lot of those major businesses doing away with the DEI diversity inclusion initiative. Right now, right now we are. What do you call that? We're not buying at some of these businesses that do not want to include us in those businesses. So I do recommend, if the website is up, I haven't checked in a while. Go to www.webuyBlack.com. You can find multiple black-owned items on this website. This is the black-owned version of Amazon. Again, www.webuyBlack.com. There are multiple, everything on there is 100% black-owned. These are black-owned products. If you want to spend your money with your own people, you want to be included. You want to keep the wealth in your community. Again, www.webuyBlack.com. And then also, Fred, you have in addition to your photography business, go ahead and plug your wife, please.
Oh yeah, so me and my wife, we have a e-commerce business where we just sell products. It's one of the easiest business. I suggest any entrepreneur, to be honest, if you have a regular business or like a traditional business like all of us have on here, I think you should have some form of e-commerce business because it allows money flow to just come in and you can use that money to invest. And it's actually what I was drinking on right here, and it's zero sugar in here. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But the link for that is in my bio. All our products are all natural. You know what I'm saying? The energy drinks, the sugar actually comes from the fruit that they use. So it's no added sugar. There's like I'm drinking dragon fruit right here. The sugar comes from the dragon fruit. So as y'all know, natural sugars are better than added sugars. So all our stuff is all natural, from our protein shakes, our dietary supplements, even our laundry detergent. The laundry detergent is all natural. You get what I'm saying? And for somebody like me, I was only able to use like Dove growing up, but I can use that body wash and I can use the hair wash for it. So if you want like natural products like that and you want to support, me, check it out. It's me and my wife business. The link is in the bio. We also got an Instagram called FNS. It's where we showcase our products. And if you're looking to get into something like that, DM me. We can sit down. We can talk. We can see if you really truly invested in that. And if it is something that you would want to do, we can talk forward and stuff like that more about it. So yeah, we all about just connecting people and helping people and stuff like that is not only connecting you, helping you, but it's also helping your health because your health is your wealth. I want to be on this earth for a very long time. I want to enjoy my kids and my wife for a very long time. I want to enjoy my team for a very long time. You get what I'm saying? So it's very important that you take care of your business, but you take care of yourself too, because you are the first stop in your business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right, y'all. I don't mean to cut this. I love everything y'all talking about. Something happened with her phone, so therefore she wasn't able to come back on. Guys, she wanted me to tell you guys, thank you guys for supporting her and coming on for her. Everybody who watched, paid attention to tonight's show. This is her first broadcast. We do expect technical difficulties. Let's be real. This is a business. This is what we do. I think you guys did an amazing job. If you don't know me, my name is Jason Dixon. My company is called Promote Until Something Happens. This brand right here is specifically called Nostalgic Radio Online. You can go check out all our music. We basically cater to music back from 2000 back, but we did just bring up a new side of the station because it's been asked for, where we are focusing on independent artists. We do have some major surprises coming on to artists that are listening right now. If y'all know any artists, please let them get with Miss T Pretty, and she'll give you the submission links. Guys, we are looking for new artists because we do have a record executive as a part of our board. She is not an A&R. She is the table. So we bring them to this table that she's actually able to hear them, take them to, sign them, tell them how to get the deal they want. So we're basically building the station out that way. Look out for Dallas. We will be building we already bought a whole shopping center to convert into a radio station because, as I stated to you guys in the green room, we will be FM as of July. We already got approved for our licenses. We just was waiting for the building to be done.
Wow.
Okay, God. Well,
That's
thank you
Let's
major.
so much,
go.
King. I appreciate you. Congratulations on
Yes.
all the success of your business. Thank you for being thank you for being an example. Thank you for being a mentor. And also thank you for being a brother. And thank you for having us today.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You guys have a great night, and I hope you guys all success. I'm here if you guys just want to conversate. Anything you got questions about, trust me. I'm that person. Just come talk. I love to talk, especially when it's business.
All right. Well, we'll see you at the top, King.
All right, you too.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Good night.
I'm so raw in, uncut, and they know. And I'm blessed from the tip from my head to my toes. This here is the real raw. Let's talk. Show. And if you wanna learn some, sit back and listen to me flow. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If it's about some money, let's talk about it. If it can change the world, let's talk about it. If you're an entrepreneur, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hickory dickory dot, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12. It's a new day, it's time to turn it up a notch. Turn it up. Hickory dickory dot, the mouse ran up the clock.